As you can see, I have my Christmas tree up. I am 100% in the Christmas mood. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, but it is what it is. That's just where I'm at. So today we are doing a little bit of a braid out style on this hair. As you can see, and I think we talked about it a little bit on my last video, I did get an STS treatment on my hair. An STS treatment is like a smoothing treatment. It's not chemical. It just makes your hair more manageable. Specifically is really good for people that are transitioning from relaxed to natural hair. As you can see, the curls that are natural eventually run into the hair that's relaxed still. I have not chopped it. I'm not that bold, and it hasn't grown all the way off yet. So this is what we're left with. Obviously, I'm not gonna walk around like this, right? The point of this style is to be able to add some curls to it so that it doesn't look like this at the ends. What you'll need for this style, I have done this style before, by the way, chef's kiss, I love it, is Jamaican black castor oil, because we want to protect these ends. This is what we're going to put on the ends of our hair, and a little bit through the strands. You're going to need some coconut oil to lock in that moisture. All you're going to do is put it in the microwave, heat it up for a little bit. We're gonna throw it on there. You're gonna need some leave-in conditioner. I chose Design Essentials because it is sulfate free, and because I have this STS treatment on my hair, they instructed me to use sulfate free materials, which is why I also got some sulfate free forming spray. I've never used this, but I was thinking maybe I can put it on tomorrow morning. Maybe the curls will hold a little bit better. So we're gonna try that. Last but not least, our Olaplex 4 and 5. I love, love, love Olaplex down. I use it so often, and it just so happens to be sulfate free. You're gonna use that shampoo and conditioner. So what I've done already at this point is shampooed and conditioned my hair with the Olaplex. I have done nothing else. So we're starting from scratch. I have this piece pulled out already because I wanted to show you what an appropriate amount of hair for one of these braids is gonna be. It's gonna be about this. It may range, right, all over the head, just depending on how much space you have, but I normally do about 16 of these braids all throughout. It may change, who knows, we're just going for it tonight. You're also going to need some clips. You can also use bobby pins or hair ties if you don't have these clips. I don't want you to go out and spend a whole bunch of money for this style. This should be super easy using the things that you may already have on hand. So if you don't have these, no problem at all. Just go get some hair ties that you have laying around. It doesn't matter. We're just using these to secure our sections. Lastly, I think, are these perm rods. So I normally use this specific perm rod, but I did get them all in like different sizes. Just, you never know. You know, you might want to switch some stuff up. So I don't know which one I'm going to use today, but I guess we will see. So what you're gonna do is start with just a section of hair. This one we already have out, so I'm gonna show you how to do it from beginning to end, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the entirety of our hair. So first you're gonna wanna use your leave-in conditioner. You're gonna put some in your hand. That should be about enough. This can be done on fully wet hair. I don't suggest you do it on fully wet hair. I'd probably suggest you do it on like semi-dry hair like this. If you do it on super wet hair, you may need longer than just overnight for it to dry up and for the curls to be ready to be taken down in the morning. So I would say if you're doing it overnight and you're doing the style at nighttime, to do it on semi-dry hair so that you're not in the morning trying to figure out how to get it to work. Then I'm gonna dip my hands in my coconut oil, and I'm just gonna rub it through just like this, just like so. And then we are going to use a little bit of Jamaican black castor oil. Put it on the tips of my fingers. You're literally not gonna use much at all because we don't want the hair to be like stiff and hardened, but we do wanna get those ends. This Jamaican black castor oil is gonna prevent those ends from breaking off. Relaxed hair, as we all know, is chemically treated, and so it can be kind of fragile. Which one do I wanna use? So I have to keep in mind, and you have to keep in mind, that the smaller you use, the higher up you might have to go. So let's try these. I don't know. Let's try it. this is where we're at right now, right? I'm just gonna take my hair and separate it into 3 pieces, and I'm gonna start braiding like so. As you're braiding, you'll want to make sure that you're like pulling on it a little bit, because you do want to stretch that length. So for my, transitioning girlies, you'll want to make sure as you get closer to the ends of your hair where maybe that relaxed hair is, you'll want to make sure that you add a little bit more Jamaican black castor oil to your fingers to shore up those ends. Oh, I got messed up. I don't know what I did. All right, so as you're nearing the end of that braid, you'll want to just smooth it down. Take your perm rod, go over on top of it, and then you'll want to curl upward. Curl upward until you get it in a secure space about where you want it. Again, you're pulling on that perm rod and on that braid, secure it at the end here, and boom, there is 1 braid. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just part the rest of my hair so you can kind of see the parting process. I'll speed it up and we can go from there. I'm halfway through sectioning off this hair, and it is 100%, I will tell you, the most time consuming part about this entire style. Almost done. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have absolutely no idea how many Bantu knots I have in here. I fear I have way more than I've ever had. The parts are not, I don't even know if I have parts. I think I just pulled, separated, twisted, and that's okay because we don't want it to look super neat. It needs to look kind of spontaneous anyway. I'm gonna do a spin to show you what the back of it looks like. Maybe you can count, pause, and count it. I'm going to go ahead and start braiding them up just like I did this one. OMG. Okay, so that one came out. So we're gonna have to do a little trial and error. What I have here is some tissue paper. Not tissue paper that you use in the bathroom, but the tissue paper that you would use like inside of a wrapping, like a gift, like a gift bag. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut as many braids that we have in our hair. We're gonna cut that many congruent squares of tissue paper. Okay, so these squares aren't super congruent, but that's okay. And I probably have way more than I need. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the tissue paper, we're gonna place it on the ends of the hair. You should see kind of your hair peeking on back behind the tissue paper. You're gonna do the same thing as before. We're just gonna use this tissue paper to kind of hold that hair in place because she's trying to get a little slippery and fall out of my head. Voila, like so. That should hold it in place. We're just gonna do that all over our head, starting in the back primarily. And there you have that. So that's the very back one. I'm going to do this and show you when it's done. Okay guys, so we are on our very last braid. Y'all, this, as you can see, I definitely changed the perm rods. The reason why I did it is because I took it out after it had sat for a little bit. I realized that the curl at the end was not the desired curl that I know that I'm gonna see with the smaller braids. It was a bigger like curl, and I was like, let me stick with what I know. So I used the white and gray ones because they were about the same size. So I apologize to anybody who has not made it to this part of the video yet and already started on their hair, but I think these can work depending on the curl, this desirable curl size that you're looking for. I got some water here to kind of add because I'm towards the end of this. It's taken a while and my hair is kind of dry. So I added some water. I'm gonna add my leave-in conditioner here from root to end, comb it a little bit, and my oil. And we are done. So we made it through the end. I'm gonna do a little spin and swirl. Don't know what it looks like back there myself, but now spray it with some finishing spritz. This is just supposed to hold it in place a bit. So I'm gonna let it like air dry for a little bit. It's 8 o'clock right now. I'm not going to bed yet, so I'm not going to put it up until I go to bed. But when I put it up, I literally just put a bonnet on top, put everything up under the bonnet. Let me show you real quick. Put it on top of your head here. I would normally stick these in here backward and scoop everything else underneath. I don't want to mess it up because it's still wet right now, but essentially that's what it's gonna look like. I will see you all in the morning when it's time to take it down. All right, guys, so this one fell out in the middle of the night. Everything else stayed intact, and I'm super excited about that. Grab some more of that coconut oil and melt it down again. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the perm rods at the ends, and then we're gonna kind of saturate each braid. So it is about 11 a.m. the next morning, and I'm about to leave the house. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was out and good to go. I fear this side might be longer than this side. My coconut oil, rub it through my fingers, and I'm just gonna like barely go over it. The curls at the ends are set at this point, so you don't have to worry like about messing up the curls at the ends of your hair. But this is just to lock in that moisture one last time. Again, my hair is 100% dry at this point. You'll want your hair to be 100% dry at this point. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna just take down this first one so you can kind of see how she comes out as, and then I'm gonna show you the final result. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like after I have taken out all of the perm rods. I put 2 more on the ends of these because the pieces were like straight for some reason, which is why I would say whenever you do this, make sure you are getting that Jamaican black castor oil on your ends so that they're not so dry that when you take them down, they just go straight in. I think I'm gonna style it, and I'm gonna show y'all what the entirety of the look comes together as. This is the final look. Pulled it apart here. I've like picked it out. I've kind of gotten a little rough with it. You can do what's comfortable for you, but this is how I like it. Sometimes I do a little bangs, a couple different styles. So if you'd ever want a video or tutorial how to do those, I will probably try to do some here in the near future. Thank you for watching. I will put all of the products that I use down in the bottom. I don't know if YouTube will let me link anything yet, but yeah. See you later.